Alrighty, on to another weekend shenanigans. So working on the brakes for the tractor, since I already got all the pads are in, or the shoes and the drums are all in and back together. So now it's working on the linkages so that it's not really preload, but it's engagement when the brakes will engage. So they have these rods underneath. Here's one of them, and you can tell it's kind of marred up. I sunk some where'd they go? I had some water pump pliers around here. Here they are. And actually, these ones are really good. If you ever see a pair like this, grab them. The shape of the jaw means that it sort of self-engages. So you just hold the handle, and if you turn, it'll actually dig itself in deeper and harder the more you push. So it's not like those other ones where if you're not squeezing hard enough, it'll just slip and strip the shit out of everything. But anywho, I thought this was a steel rod when I was under there, and turns out it's aluminum. So the one end was nice and smooth. Focus. Come on, focus. All right. This end was nice and smooth. Well, was nice and smooth, went in no problem. The other end, this guy here, was seized something fierce. So you can tell what happened. It's stuck. I gave her a little more oomph than I should have, and it snapped right off. But I've drilled it. I've retapped it, and the nice thing is, since it's aluminum, this is cast iron and it's aluminum, so this is, I mean, magnitudes harder than the aluminum. So drilling through there, it was a piece of cake. It's actually a really nice operation to clear out. So now for this guy, well, there's a couple different things. First off, I don't know why they used an aluminum rod. I'm trying to figure that out. The rest of the brakes are all steel. They're all heavy-duty linkages and shafts and stuff. But this rod, and presumably the one on the other side, which, oh god, I can't really get to it because there's grease and spiders and it's a nightmare. But I have to get to it, so whatever. But anyways, I don't know why they used aluminum here. This is a pulling application, so the only thing I could think of is this is sort of like a fuse, in that if you push too hard or something were to jam up, this will elongate and break off versus causing damage to a larger system, whatever that may or may not be. That's just my theory on this. Either way, I have to reuse this. I do have all thread and whatnot, but this has to be reused because it's aluminum for a reason. So yeah. Anywho, I'm gonna see if I can find a tap in my empire of dirt here. Actually, I should look up the size. What are we working with here? Focus. Oh yeah, that's nice and corroded. What fucking size is it? Son of a bitch. I think it came from these, which are 3/8 by 24. Yeah, looks to be about the same. So let's see if I got a die that's somewhere in here. Let's see. Okay, well, this is our man. Start from this side. So it's going to go on like that. Yeah, I'm going to need both hands for this because this is a precision operation. No, I probably won't use lube for this. I know everyone's thinking that. It's aluminum. I'm only chasing the threads. I mean, I got to cut a little bit of new thread there, but then the rest is just a chase. So, yeah, no lube required. Anyways, let's get this sucker done. Well, okay, focus, come on. Focus, come on. Not too bad at all. I mean, she's a little chowdered on the end there, but that doesn't matter. So, yeah, I think this will still work. Alrighty, let's get this sucker back together and into the goddamn tractor. Ta-da! Ready for operation. Out to the tractor. Before I run out, almost forgot, need new cotter pins. So, a little bit about this whole, a little bit of background information, so to speak, about this whole mess that's going on down here and what's the whole, why it's like this, why my life is this way. Okay, so I grew up in a different town anyways, and there was this really incredible neighbor of mine, and unfortunately, cotter pins. Unfortunately, she passed away. Just words can hardly describe how incredible this person was. Oh shit! Take the whole tray out. She was in her 60s, I believe, and just a big part of the community. She was, yeah, just she helped everybody. She fixed things. She was like she was like a guy. She went in the shop and worked on stuff. She built things. She made things. It was incredible. And me being young and growing up across the street, I ended up spending a lot of my childhood actually with her in the shop. Just we would make things, And ooh, that was a nice fit. Get 4 of those. And yeah, she was an awesome person. Just really incredible. Well, unfortunately, I mean, she was crazy. Her and her husband, two just incredible people. Her husband was he was a fishing buddy of mine, and we went on all sorts of trips and stuff. But anywho, somebody, they were riding motorcycles, and somebody not paying attention killed her, which was unfortunate. And then the husband, unfortunately, I think he died of a broken heart about a year later. But I mean, their children didn't want. She had a collection of parts and stuff, and I essentially inherited it. And I'm looking to build. That's why I bought the tractor. I am going to build a garage. I have the plans drafted. They've been approved by the city. I'm waiting on the permit. And when I do, I'm going to sort of rebuild the workshop that she had. Yeah, it became a mess when the husband passed. The children who didn't live in the same area basically wanted to sell their place. So yeah, I didn't have much time. I basically just ended up grabbing what I could and putting it. I had a storage unit for a while, and now I've got it here at this place. But this whole downstairs, this is going to be living space. I'm going to remodel this. This is going to be a like an entertainment center and whatnot. That drill press was actually, that's an old drill press that belonged to her father, who worked at Lockheed at the time, and then she inherited it, and now I've got it. And that same with this old air compressor that you might have seen in other posts and videos. Her father, who worked at Lockheed, actually built it out of that's an old compressor from a refrigerator and so on and so forth. That's my father's compressor. He's got half his stuff is stored at my place. So, yeah, once he gets his stuff out of here, then, things will clear up. But the shop will be getting cleared. I will be getting an official garage built, and, things are gonna get an actual workshop. And I don't know if I've shown pictures. I've bought a machine shop, a line shaft machine shop from a fellow, and oh man, I can't wait to get that. It's all set to go. I can't wait to get it. I'm so thrilled. It's gonna be super cool. It's running. It's all complete. That's why I've got belts and some of these other things around here. So yeah, the garage is gonna be really neat. This place is going to get remodeled. I got concrete work on the way. So it's just the little things, like fixing brakes on a tractor so that you can excavate, so that you can pour footings and foundations, so that you can build a garage, so you can clear your basement, so that you can, order of operations. And that's why people look at this stuff and they're like, holy shit, you live like this? Well, it's like, hopefully not permanently. That's another project. Actually, I hope to, a year or two from now. This is a player piano that was given to a friend, or given to me by a friend. So, yeah, that's going to be another project a little later on. There's the exhaust headers for the Datsun. I've got a couple hit and miss engines down in here. Oh, and I got another treat, which I'll show later in the video. Here's a look at that linkage. So, a couple of different things here. This bar here is clutch, which looks like it snapped. Where the fuck is it? Right about there. A little weld on it. That's not reassuring. You need to remake that. Looking over this lever, you can see the cotter pin 1, cotter pin 2, and there's the rod that goes across the brakes. So, yeah, I don't know why they used aluminum, but it must have been important. So, cinch down the jam nuts, bend over the cotter pins, and this sucker is ready to go. At least on this side. You can see it hanging down over there for the other side, which is also seized. Although, I don't think that this side... I don't think that's aluminum. So... maybe it truly was just what they had on hand. I don't know. Oh, it's bullshit. What it is. Anyways, let's get this thing fixed. It's nasty down here. Look at this thing. Complete sponge pit. Alright, well, managed to get the tractor moved. Runs and drives, but the front bucket refuses to stay up. It'll go up, but it won't stay up. And I think it might be... could be the cylinders have got a leak and it's leaking by on the seals in the cylinder. I have to figure it out. I might just tie it back and then I could use it like that. There's pollen everywhere up here because it's the season, as you can see, and the wind is just not helping at all. But here's a look at some of the other cool projects that I shouldn't have picked up, but did pick up because I'm stupid like that. We've got a Gould's pump. So I plan on getting that up and running. I think that's gonna be really neat. Got a upright Novo, which I've been wanting an upright hit and miss engine for a while. So this guy's really cool. And then there's an air compressor in here, which is in pieces. The pump and the air compressor I basically got for free. This one's the one that a lot of you have seen. This is a 5 horsepower Hercules. And I got the magneto on the workbench right now because it's not giving me... it's giving a spark, but not as powerful as I'd like. And the other really cool thing that I have to pick up is this power hacksaw, which is really cool. You lift this guy here. That lets the hacksaw down, and to engage it, you just push down on the lever, which pushes this pawl in, and that's it. It just goes back and forth. You got a counterweight and a little clamp here, and when it gets down to the set height, as you can see, there's a little lever in there. It kicks that, which knocks this lever back up and disengages the power, and that's it. So really cool. This is super old, heavy as heavy can be. I had to lift it all by myself. So that guy managed to get out of the truck using the poor little engine hoist here, the piece of crap Pittsburgh. And now we're going to use the Pittsburgh again to get this out of the truck so I can actually drive this thing. Okay, unfortunately she's kind of bottom heavy. Got tied to both flywheels. I'm going to slowly lift and pray that it doesn't try and twist. There goes the truck coming up. Oh, mama. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get her floating here in the air. And once she's just kind of sitting there like that, we're just going to pull the truck forward. Okay. Easy peasy, buddy. There's something you don't see every day. You lay down the water pump so that doesn't go for a ride. Yes, that's the gauge for the tractor, which needs a rebuild because I can't tell what the hell is going on with the engine on that thing. I do not have the keys, so I'm just gonna put it in neutral and hopefully... oh, there's the steering wheel lock. And that's enough to get us forward. Put her back in first so she doesn't take off. Now get the poor little engine out of the air. Again, a collection. So the plans for these engines, or at least what I have in my mind, is that big 5 horsepower Hercules. That's going to run my sawmill. And that guy, I think it's a 2 or 3 horsepower, that's going to be a workshop engine, which will run all the line shaft stuff and in the garage in case there's a loss of power. And 2 or 3 horsepower is more than enough to run all the machines in there, because it's just me, myself, and I, so I'd only be running one at a time. And 2 or 3 horsepower, it's enough to tear you up. That'll also go into the workshop, the little saw. For those of you like, well, where's he gonna get a sawmill? I already have the sawmill. I just need to put it together. Here's the tracks along here. These are the drive shafts for holding the blades. I've got 2. This one's a clutched pulley for starting and stopping, and then the rear one's for drive, which will be on the sawmill. And here's the forward advance mechanism for sending the logs forward a set amount that you want to cut. I also have another smaller saw down here. This is a cutoff one. I'll show you the saw blade that's going to go on the mill. It's huge. There should be a big one, about I don't know, 3.5 feet in diameter or so. And these are nice, they're replaceable teeth. It even came with a tool for removing them off the guy I bought it from. So this will be fun. Be able to cut some big logs with it.